Now we are going to observe the relaxation response. This is where we get to feel what it feels like to go from stress response, from increased heart rate, elevated temperature in the body, rapid breathing, right? Maybe even, again, physiological responses in the stomach or in digestion. Okay, so now we are going to move to rest, digest, heal, repair. This is where the body does its thing. It's kind of like the brain goes into sleep mode and the rest of the body gets to come to life. We're going to notice as we do this what physiological changes occur when we come into relaxation response. And that could be a decreased heart rate. That could include, maybe even some gurgling in your stomach. That might feel like relaxed muscles, like less tension, right? And that will look like deeper, slower breaths. So we're going to start right on our backs today, and that's where we'll stay. You can come right down onto your back. You can walk your feet out wide and knock your knees together, and then maybe walk your shoulder blades together so that your arms can go out nice and wide. And we're going to begin here on the ground, just giving the back a chance to relax into the earth. And you can imagine that the earth is a magnet and it's just kind of drawing your shoulders and hips down, down, down. Your arms are going to magnetize towards the earth, and the soles of your feet can rest on the ground. And now from here you can begin to notice your breath. And it's good to have a kind of a mental picture of how you're starting this process of relaxation. Noticing your heart rate. Noticing where in your body your breath is. Right? If it's in your heart, if it's in your ribs. And if you can, start to bring it into your belly. All right, now we're going to start to relax the body. And again, if you happen to have a wall nearby, you can send your legs up the wall. I'm going to stay right here. Sending my legs up to the sky and my arms up to the sky. We're going to come into a dead bug. All right, so stretching the arms and legs nice and tall, but also allowing the muscles to relax. And it should help to really bring the opposite effect of stress response. Remember that when we're in stress, the blood flow moves away from the heart and into the arms and legs so that we can move quickly, right? We can take flight, we can run from the tiger, right? Now that we're done with that, allowing the arms and legs to lift, we'll use gravity to bring that blood flow back down to the heart. We're going to give ourselves 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, you can bring your feet down onto the ground and send your arms out wide. And let's drop the knees over to one side. As you do this, you can stack the knees. If you'd like, you can bring a hand to those knees and then maybe look in the opposite direction. Again, here we're looking for relaxation. We're looking to remove some tension from the body, to relax, to unwind. And so allowing the arm and the shoulder to open is one way to do that. Let's give ourselves one more breath in here. And let it go. And then slowly Bring your knees back up through center and drop them over to the other side. Again, hand can come to the knee, and then the opposite hand stretches and opens to the side. Stretching the arm and the heart, opening up the shoulder. Giving yourself a breath in and out. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center. Let's give both knees a big squeeze. We're going to do a sequence that's really good for the digestion, for the digestive system. And so we're going to start on the right, and this one is important to start on the correct side. So you want to begin with your right knee hugging in towards your chest. You can either have your left foot on the ground, or you can send your left leg nice and long. Give yourself a nice big breath into the belly. And let it go. Let's do 5 long, slow breaths into the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And let it go. Awesome. All right, you can stretch that leg long. And then bring the left knee into your chest. And so what we're doing in this shape, this is called wind relieving pose, by the way. And we always start on the right side because what we want is to squeeze the digestive organs, right? To squeeze the intestines in a way that allows things to move. So if you have wind, which is a really polite way of saying gas, then this will help to alleviate gas, which can create a lot of pain in the stomach. And again, is a physiological sign that the body is under stress. Let's give ourselves 5 long, slow breaths on this side. Nice inhale, right into the belly, and exhale, let it go. And take your time with your breaths, right? Allow the breaths to be long and slow. It takes time for all that air to go all the way down to your stomach. And let it go. 2 more. And when you're ready, you can release that leg down onto the ground. Let's stretch. You can either stretch both legs or actually keep your feet on the ground and do a little breath work, and it's actually easier to have your feet on the floor, and you can walk them out nice and wide and knock your knees together if you'd like. So once you have your knees knocked together, you can get your back nice and comfortable on the earth, and we're going to do some 3-part breathing. So when we experience stress, we experience it, we often breathe into the heart, right? We take these shallow, short breaths. So let's just take a moment to notice what it feels like to breathe into the heart. And we'll do 2 more breaths here. each breath allowing the chest to rise. Feeling the sternum lift as you breathe in, and feeling the sternum drop as you breathe out. Now let's try to bring breath into the ribs and see what you observe. Inhaling into the ribs. Noticing how the ribs move as you breathe in. And then exhale, let it go. Let's offer 2 more breaths here. You might also notice that the breath takes a little bit longer because we're expanding, we're getting a lot more volume of air. On your exhale, you might observe that the ribs draw back closer together. Now let's bring our hands onto the belly, right around the belly button. And what we're looking for here is a belly breath. Now, belly breath is when we breathe into the base of the lungs. It's the deepest breath, and it's also the slowest. So take your time and breathe in. And as you breathe in, try to push the air down to your belly. Now, when you were a baby and when you were small, this is how you breathed all the time. It's not until we get older that we start to notice shifts in the breath. And actually retaining the breath, right, holding it in the ribs, or compressing the breath. And this belly breath is how we get the relaxation response to occur in the body. So let's give it 3 more breaths here. You bring your hands onto your belly, and let's take a nice big breath in. And let it go. Big inhale. And let it go. One more inhale. And let it go. So from here, you can stretch your legs nice and long. Just take a minute or 2, maybe set a timer for yourself, or maybe just let yourself rest here for as long as you need to. What we've done now, you might observe it here, has begun to bring that rest and digest into the nervous system. Now we're in this mode, but there's a lot farther that we can go, just like there's a lot farther that we can go in our stress response, right? We can get really stressed, we can move really fast, right? Or we can move like we did today, right? And the same is true for relaxation. We can, relax a bit, or we can really feel relaxed and released and let all the tension go. So that's your choice, and you can just lay here as long as you'd like, as long as you have time for, on your mat and on the ground. Or if you're ready to relax so much that you fall asleep, or you'd like to try meditation, then you can try the peaceful place meditation, which we also did this week in class. It's totally your choice. When you're ready, you can just bring your knees back into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and maybe roll over to the side. It's nice to pause there for a moment before you come up to a seat, check in, and just notice, again, what shifts have occurred in your body. You might find that your heart rate has slowed. You might find that, as mine just did, your stomach starts to gurgle or make noise. These are all signs that we have come into relaxation response. You might also feel less tension in your muscles. Your bones might feel a little bit heavier. You might feel a little bit more connected to the ground. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that this was helpful for you. And I'd love to hear if this has helped you to relax and unwind. So be well, and I'll see you again soon.